Hello everyone, it's Cameron and welcome to another video today. Now we're going to do another first times lessons. Now it's been a while since I've done one of these videos, and the reason why I haven't done these as often because I've been trying to find time to listen to some stuff around about here. I've been quite busy. I just completed a computing course, which was a good part of the year, and I didn't really find much time to do it. And I've just been busy with a lot of other things, so I've got a bit of time, so I thought I would get it done. So this is going to be the lessons for January, February, March and April, and there's only a small pile, really. It's the only ones I could really think of that I knew of. I know there'll probably be more that I probably did, but I can't seem to recall them at the moment. But they'll probably come back to me eventually sooner or later, like some of them will. But we're just going to get right into it. So we're going to start with this one from George Harrison, just called George Harrison. This was 1979. This was his second album, Dark Horse. Really good album. I really enjoyed this one. I really like Love Comes to Everyone. Here Comes the Moon, Blow Away. Yeah, really good album. It's kind of a positive album almost, because George, I think his son Danny had been born around at the time of this album, and he was with Olivia as well. So it definitely felt there was a lot of positivity in George's life, and it definitely does sound it on with this album. So yeah, really good album. I really enjoyed it. I pulled this one out to listen to after the after I'd done the George Harrison box sets video. I pulled this one out to listen to. So yeah, really good one. Really enjoyed it. I liked this one. I also liked Somewhere in England and Cloud 9. Those are really great albums. So I definitely need to hear more of George's solo catalogue at some point as well. But that's definitely something I'm going to definitely work on eventually, is getting to the solo Beatles catalogue. Now these will be kind of jumbled about, but I listened to Rolling Stones and Voodoo Lounge, 1994 album. And this one I would say is probably one of their strongest later day albums. I actually quite like this one. Really like the track Love Is Strong, Out of Tears I Go Wild. I can't think of what other songs I like, but I did really enjoy this album. This was their first album without Bill Wyman on bass. Bill had left after they had done, about a year or so after the completion of the Steel Wheels tour in like 1991, but his departure I don't think was known until 93. It wasn't announced publicly, so this was like the first album without him, but still a really good album, still one that I actually quite enjoyed out of the later Stones album. This, and I like A Bigger Bang as well. That's a great later day Stones album, as is Hackney Diamonds, the recent one. That's a great record. So yeah, definitely again with the Stones, I definitely need to check out more of their catalogue at some point, but that is something I'm definitely going to be working on at some point. So we've got a few LPs from Del Shannon, but there's some other ones I'm going to talk about before that. Here's Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Mojo. This came out in 2010. Really good album. I really quite enjoyed this one. I like Jefferson Jericho Blues, First Fast of Freedom, Trip to Pirates Cove, I Should Have Known It, which I've knew from like the Best of Everything album. Something Good Coming's one of my favourite Tom Petty songs. Good Enough's a great one as well. So a really, really great album. I really enjoyed this one, to be honest. Definitely one. I love the production of this one as well. It's really great kind of sound. There's a kind of like bluesy feel to this album. I think that was the kind of vibe with the album that Tom was like doing at the time. It was like make a blues type album. Some songs are quite bluesy, and there's still their kind of rocky self as well. But still a really, really great album. Really enjoyed it. Okay, now we're on to Del Shannon ones. And I've been into Del Shannon quite a bit recently, so here's Little Town Flirt. This was released in 1963. Really great album, I enjoyed this one quite a lot. And I knew the hits, Two Kind of Teardrops, Two Silhouettes, which is one of my favourite songs from Del. Kelly, which is a great one, and the title track. So those were some of my favourite Del Shannon hits. But also great gems on here, like he does a great cover of Roy Orbison's Dream Baby, a great version of the Dion song Run Around Sue, which is one of my favourite rock and roll songs from the 60s. He does a really good version of the Beatles song From Me to You, which is very similar to the original. There's a bit of background behind that version of From Me to You, is that the reason why Del Shannon recorded that song was because Del Shannon was appearing on a show with the Beatles at the Royal Albert Hall in London in 1963, which was called Swingin' Sound 63, and the BBC were broadcasting that show on the radio, I think. And I think it was backstage before the Beatles were about to go on, and Del really was impressed with what he saw with the Beatles on stage, and he said to John Lennon, "Oh, I'd like to record From Me to You," and John was like, "Yeah, sure, that'd be good, yeah." And then I think John was a little concerned that it would impact their chances of making it big in America if Del put out his version first. So before Del went on, I think John Lennon sort of approached him and says, look, don't do this. But Del Shannon went and did it anyway, and that managed to make the US charts at Billboard number 77. So it was, although it wasn't like a hit, it was a big hit. It was still, it's been recognised as like, Del's often been recognised to have a Beatles composition in the charts in America before the Beatles made it big with I Want to Hold Your Hand in America. So yeah, great one. And there's other great ones like his version of Bruce Channel's Hey Baby. I really like the song Happiness as well. So yeah, really great album. Probably one of my favourite Del albums. This was 1963. And then I've got his first album, Runaway with Del Shannon. Another really great one. I really like the track Misery, which was very similar sounding to Runaway a bit. If you look on YouTube, you'll know what I mean. I liked his version of Elvis's Marie's Name Is Latest Flame. The Prom's a great one, as is The Search. I Wake Up Crying's a great one as well. I'll Always Love You is a great one. Jodie, which is a lovely, lovely ballad type song that was B-side Runaway. Jeff Lynne actually I think did that on his Long Wave album, but that was on the Japanese editions of the album. But you can hear it on YouTube, and it's a really great version, almost similar to the original version. So yeah, really great debut. One of my favourite debuts albums, 1961 this one was, so yeah, really great one. And the last CD I have to show is this one, Bob Dylan, Live 1960, the Bootleg Series Volume 4, the Royal Albert Hall concert. Now this is not actually the Albert Hall concert. For many, many years, this concert had appeared on bootlegs as the Royal Albert Hall in 66, but it's actually the Free Trade Manchester concert on the 17th, a few days earlier, before the Albert Hall show. But then later the Royal Albert Hall show was released officially in 2016. Really good show. I really like this concert. The first disc is like just him playing the acoustic guitar, but it makes a really good atmospheric listening in a sense. Then the electric set comes on, and the electric set's good as well. And of course, this is the infamous concert where I think the electric band was on, and a member of the audience shouted out Judas. That's on here. But yeah, really, really good concert actually. I really quite enjoyed this concert. And again, Bob Dylan's somebody I need to check out a bit more, which I'm slowly beginning to do. Some of these people I'm beginning to kind of get into their catalogues a bit and just kind of look into them a bit. But yeah, really, really good concert. Really quite enjoyed this one, I must say. And the last one is Hats Off to Del Shannon. Now, this album only, actually a bit about Little Town Flirt. In America, it had, in place of Two Silhouettes, My Wild One, and From Me to You, Hey Little Girl, Runaway, and Hats Off to Larry were in its place. Now, they were previously released as hit singles in America. I don't understand why the record company that Del was with in America, which was Big Top, did that, but hey ho. But then in the British version was replaced Two Silhouettes, My Wild One, and From Me to You, which I actually prefer the UK track listing to this. Now, this one was only ever issued in the UK, and it was really a selection of songs from A-side, B-side, single tracks fitted onto an album. But there's loads of great hits like The Swiss Maid, Cry Myself to Sleep's one of them, Hats Off to Larry, one of my favourite ones, Hey Little Girl, and So Long Baby. Those are really great hits. But I read some of the lesser known tracks in here like Ginny in the Mirror, You Never Talked About Me, The Answer to Everything, said to be a fan favourite. I'm Gonna Move On I really liked, and I Don't Care Anymore is a great one as well. I Don't Care Anymore almost kind of reminded me a bit of the Everly Brothers in a sense. Really, really, really good song. I like that one. So this came out in 63. It's one of the same year as Little Town Flirt did. So yeah, really, really good record. Quite like this one. I actually quite like the cover as well. So that will be shown in my next vinyl update. But hope you all enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Sorry it was short. I know it wasn't as long as I would like them to be, but you know, it is what it is, I suppose, as the old saying goes. But hopefully, next video, next First Times Listens will be a bit more longer. I'll have a bit more stuff that I listen to. So, yeah, do stay tuned for that one. And there'll be other videos coming along on the channel. I may do album reviews. I'll hopefully continue the career reviews that I was doing for a bit. And also do a year in music where I discuss a certain year and talk about the releases, like some of the albums or singles that came that year in that era. So from artists. So definitely, I would definitely do something like that. But anyway, that's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you for the next video.